Yeah, quick video today, huh? It's the voice. I don't know what I did. It's shouting at too many kids to get off my lawn, I guess. Let's see. Steve says reverse Kramer. This is a good question from Sandeep. He says, hey, Rob, please tell us how many different coins you have in your portfolio so that we have an idea of how much to diversify. Thanks in advance. In all honesty, you want as few, I shouldn't say that. You want as many coins in your portfolio that you feel comfortable with and that you understand thoroughly. And I think when you have something like that, then it's okay. Whether that be 1, 5, or even 20. If you understand them like in and out and you have a high conviction, no problem with that. Me personally, I have over 60. Why do I have so many? And now people right now are like, what the heck? Because when you're doing your Sunday DCA videos, it seems like you only got like 10. It's true. We're talking about all the ones that are in my portfolio. Look, I've been in this game since 2017. And I bought a lot of goofy stuff in the back in the day and never really panned out. And some are just dead. Now, some will come back and some won't. But a lot of these things I never sold like I was supposed to. I had a plan. I did not follow that plan. I put it on myself because I'm the only one that I can blame. And this next bull run, I've got a strategy of where I'm going to be offloading all of those bags up to 80%. So yes, I have a lot of NFTs and tokens and things like that that may not hit their all-time highs, but I'm going to make damn good use of them when the next major bull run hits. And if you want to find out when I'm going to sell, there's a video in the description, which is in all my videos talk, and it says when I'm going to sell 80% of my crypto portfolio. So take a look at that. Good question. Great question. Gen X says 60 coins is good. I have 100 plus. Hey, you know, I remember somebody, I did a meetup here in Puerto Rico, and there was one guy, he made a couple million on the last bull run. And he got rid of all of his blue chip type of tokens. And he said, you know, he goes, I made okay, but mostly everything I made my money into was altcoins. So this time he goes, and he showed me, it was like 40 different, these coins I've never heard of in my life. And he's like, they're below $50 million market cap. And I think they're going to do quite well in the next one. He goes, I don't care if they all don't make it, but if I get like 3 or 4, he goes, I'll be tens of millions in the next round. I was like, wow. And I took a look at it. It's risky, but hey, there's something to be said for altcoins. It just depends on, can you ride up that wave and sell at the right time? You won't hit the top, but I mean, are you taking profits? And there's a reason why I have those rules beside me, right? These rules right here. It's all gone. It means don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Everything's a scam until proved otherwise. That's why everything's a scam. Don't leave anything on exchanges. Use a cold storage device. It's not that hard. I show you how to do it. There's a link in the description. You can use my most favorite cold storage device, TANGEM. Easiest thing of all time. Try not to use leverage and take profits along the way. Those are the rules. Rob, is this the moon? All in? No, I'm not all in because you never know. Like you never know what could happen tomorrow. Like, I mean, just think about all the black swans that are out there. Like, oh, it's another black swan. Like, how many black swans are going to be? And before you know it, things collapse, and you're like, well, I just went all in. Now what the hell do I do? That's why, like, some people say you got to go all in. You got to go on. You got to just lump sum and just put it all in there. Look, you can. There's 3 options for you. Think of it this way. In 2021, when things were overheated around November, you could have lump summed in at that point. No one talks about that guy or gal. Oh, I went all in at 67,000. What the hell happened? So you can do that, or you can dollar cost average like I do. Or if you want to say, you know what, I want to have the best of the both worlds, you just do what's called value cost averaging. Let's say that you've got, I don't know, 10,000 to spend. And you say, all right, I'm going to value cost average over 3 different time frames. So maybe you value cost average, you put in, I don't know, 4,000 at the very top. Well, that sucks. And let's say you wait until Bitcoin goes down and gets 40,000, and you put another 4,000 in. All right. Then you wait a little bit more until it hits 20,000, and you put 2,000 in. And you're going to average out. What are you going to average out? Well, it's not too bad. And you can see how, like, instead of lump summing into one place and just riding it because even if you lump sum back then, that's 2 years of you looking at your portfolio going, well, it didn't really work out too hot. You still got to in my personal opinion, this is what I think. I did this in 2017. I pretty much bought a bunch of tops. I still had a dollar cost average the rest of the time to bring my cost basis down. And I was happy like that. But you can do that, or value cost average is up to you. Or you don't have to invest at all. You can just watch my videos and say, well, that looks like fun. And then, of course, when the bull run comes, you're like, boy, I wish I would have done something with that. I don't know. It's up to you. Crypto Stevo says, Rob will be in Puerto Rico next year for a vacation. Will you show us around? Yeah, I got nothing else to do. I'll be a tour guide. I'll take you to Vieques, and we can go watch some, take a look at the waterfalls and go hiking and maybe a little paddle boarding. No, sorry. But if you're around, I will definitely try to do a meetup, and I'll get everybody together as much as possible, and then I can give you my personal references to guides and tell you who to go to and where to stay and all that good stuff. I will help you out. Let's see. Took profits, but trying to follow the rules. It's hard. If it was easy, everybody could do it, but temper it. That's why, like, you can tell the people who are new, who are just getting in, and they're like, you got to go all in now. You got to do it now. You got to get all in. And the ones that have been around, you're like, well, I've seen this, like, I don't know, 5 or 7 times when you could go all in, but it's probably a drop around the corner. And even if you think about it, even the last bull run, we went up, 35% in a couple of weeks, and then we dropped down 20%. And then we go up 120 or 130%, and then we drop down another 40%. So just relax. It'll be okay. That's the beauty of time. Crypto Ricardo says, smart to DCA in a pyramid shape. Bigger amounts, the price goes lower, for example. Yeah, slowly to buy 1K of Solana at 25 and then 5K at 60. Yeah, see. Silly to buy 1K of Solana at $25 and 5K. Yeah, move it around. It's just like I thought the bottom of Solana was around $20, which was still pretty good, but it went down to $9. Correct me in the comments section. So you never know. Oh my God. Guy Fawkes has been around since 2012. You're right. Listen to Guy Fawkes. I take cues from the people who've been around here a lot longer than I have. And I've only been here since 2017. 17, 18, 19, 20. Jesus, prime to Christmas. That's 7 years. Yeah. King Mole says, fired up my TANGEM using the Ledger seed phrase. Everything worked, but Cardano support told me they use a different method of generating a private key akin to Trust Wallet. It's not a bug. It sure is for me. I reach out to him. I had a problem with Arbitrum moving things around, because when you use Arbitrum on a TANGEM, you need to bring TANGEM. You need to bring Arbitrum over on the Ethereum chain, and then also Arbitrum on the Arbitrum chain. And you have to have them both there if you want to move things around. It's a goofy thing. But it worked out okay, just a little bit of sidestep. Still works out great. I got to tell you, what's great about TANGEM is connecting my TANGEM wallet to the DEXs and then trading around things. Oh, it's so sweet. And what's also is great is when I want to move things around, instead of me connecting this stupid Ledger, which I don't have a problem with Ledger, but you got to, you connect it and you got to press these buttons, you got to confirm and do all this stuff. And then of course, sometimes like the power, there's an outage or there's an app that's interrupting, you got to do this. You're like, son of a, and then you get it through and you're like, okay, cool. And then it works. And you're like, that's great. And then, you wait a little bit, look at Ledger Live. Oh, you got to update Ledger Live. Oh, you got to do this. Oh, there's a hardware. It's like, golly, this thing sucks, but it's safe. That's why I use both an LVPAL. But yeah, if you're this is why I think TANGEM is gonna win out in the end, is because it's so damn easy to use. I mean, my grandma, if she was alive, could take her cell phone, if she ever had a cell phone, and she could take this card and do this, and like, oh, there, I transferred my crypto. It's very simple. Des says, Rob, what's the Hyper AI box about? It's a great question. And I will unveil that hopefully this weekend. I'm going to have Jerry Hall on. Not Mick Jagger's ex, but Jerry V. Hall. And he's going to show me how this Hyper AI node works. And it's for Hypercycle. So I'll let you know when I figure it out. Digital Bobby, how's your back doing? Much better, Bobby. Thank you. It's, I mean, with therapy, anti-inflammatories, acupuncture, chiropractic, and rest, you can do a lot of good things. So yeah, everything's good. I'm standing up, and I'm not wishing that I, was laying prone, but I still got to lay it down a lot. DXY dropping. Why will we sell anytime soon? This is the thing that I always ask myself. Like somebody had said, because I made some bullish tweet, which I usually don't do, and someone was like, "Why are you?" Oh no, it wasn't that. It was I was talking about Bitcoin, these inflows, and somebody with the handle of, I don't know how to show you what I'm talking about. I try to explain things, and it's just better with pictures. I think it's just easier. Let's see. Oh, yeah. This one. So if you're just listening at work or whatever you're doing, what I'm showing everybody is there's an image of the Look into Bitcoin rainbow chart. And I just did a snapshot and I said, look, we're still in the fire sale section of the rainbow chart. So I said, this is, if you think you're late, you're not late. You're actually very, very early. And as things move up, maybe we'll go from fire sale to the buy column. Maybe we'll go to the accumulate, but I think we're pretty darn early. And then there was, Johnny says, these are nice crayon drawings. This market is leveling up this cycle. I always think it's best just to use the simplest things of all time. And then this guy, Goldfinger, precious metals guru. So I'm going to go on a limb and say that I think he's big into gold. And I am also on par with him. I agree with him. I agree that gold and silver has a great place in everyone's portfolio, especially as a hedge against inflation. And that's why I own it. But I told him, I said, hey, and he said, hey, it's down from 69K. And he did that Michael Jordan meme where he says, get some help, stop it. And I wrote back, I said, yeah, Jam, I don't like buying at the top. I bought gold at $1,236. So I'm not buying it today when it's over 2,000. So right now, Bitcoin is, what's Bitcoin at? Wow, it's at 38,000. Wow, it's at 38,164. Well, that sucks. Now my dollar cost average today, and I'm sure it's very high, but whatever. Portfolio is fine. But yeah, I'm not one of those guys who likes to buy the top. Call me crazy. So that's it. Gen X says, very likely a 3X coming for Bitcoin in 2024. Yeah, I could see that. I'm not big into price predictions, but hopefully. Nas is here. Hello, buddy. Ben Mortasia, the guy that does all the great dirty work of getting rid of scammers on Twitter. Thank you, sir, for your service. Digital Asset News, I'm curious about that box for sure. Yeah, me too. I can't wait to figure out what the hell it does. Yeah. And then Mitko says, is gaming the next bull run narrative? I believe it is, but I could be wrong. But luckily for us, we've got some people who are smarter coming on the show tomorrow, matter of fact. I got Jesus Martinez from Classy Games coming on, and he's going to give us a rundown of his picks, his updated picks of what he believes is going to be the next great sector or the next great coins for gaming. He lives in the Web3 gaming genre, so I trust his opinion. Like I say, like him and Kagi and Stash and Johnny Hustle, they know a lot more than I do about that. So when he comes on, I'll ask him all those things, and I'll tell you guys. Yeah, Crypto Carter, feels like this time around we have the luxury of choosing between many strong narratives. I have to agree. Gosh, the last one in 2021, what were the narratives? DEXs, NFTs were big, but a lot of the usual suspects, actually. The Bitcoins, Ethereums, Cardano did an amazing job. Went from 2 or 3 cents to over $3. That was the big winner. That was the big winner for my portfolio, honestly. It wasn't Bitcoin. It was Cardano. And probably a couple different narratives that were out there. But it wasn't like 2017 where the narrative was ICOs and straight up scams. Although we are inundated with a bunch of scams, which is true. Verhoofy says, why would Kathy Wood sell Bitcoin? She didn't sell Bitcoin. She sold her shares of the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. To me, and people have told me on the side, they're like, well, there's only so much you can have in your portfolio. You have to balance out your portfolio as a manager. And that's what they did. Also, on top of that, like, they're going to have their own trust, hopefully approved in January. They're the first ones up, matter of fact. So why would she hold Grayscale Bitcoin Trust? I mean, there could be many other reasons, but I guess they just don't want it. Makes sense. Rob, what's your thoughts on the new overemployed craze, working more than one full-time job at the same time? It's not a craze, man. It seems like it's been ramping up for quite some time. I remember, when I got out of the Army, I mean, there's a lot of jobs I had to do just to make ends come together. And these days, it seems like everybody's got a side hustle or a couple side hustles. And I just saw one of the research that came out that looked like that roughly 45 to 50% of the American population have an average annual income of $41,000 or less. And that's what people, working multiple jobs. That's sad. And then look at the different prices that are going on right now. And of course, if we take a look at just the inflation, I think an aggregate over the last 3 years, you're looking at 23 point something percent. That's unsustainable. And if you want to move into a house, good luck. The prices are sky high. The rates are high. The rates may come down. You could actually, refinance and everything could be well and good in 2 or 3 years. But right now, to actually get in a house, forget about it. That's a good question. What's your honest opinion on HBAR? I have no opinion. On this channel, Warren Buffett said it best. And we talked about Warren Buffett yesterday, and he had a really good video. He had a really good phrase. But one of the things he talked about was you don't have to have an opinion on everything. And I don't have an opinion on HBAR. And you have to understand on this channel, I only talk about the things that I own because I'm super biased. And that's what some people will tell you, some people won't, but I don't know anything about HBAR. Sorry. Bass says, I will lose more money from the divorce than I made from side jobs. Yeah, probably. Divorces suck. Nobody wins. That's not true. Sound off in the comment section of who wins on the divorces. When unboxing video. Whenever Jerry can walk me through it. What I want to do is because Jerry's one of the loudspeakers for Hypercycle, which is an AI crypto play, and it looks like a pretty good project. And what I want him to do is we'll do the unboxing. He's going to help me set it up, and I'm going to show you guys what it does and how it works and the profitability moving forward. Edward Fox, who has the best background picture of everybody. Good to see you on your feet. Sorry, the voice is still raspy. Whereas NFA this week, I'm almost sure that's on Ben's channel. So NFA Live will be, last week we couldn't because of Thanksgiving, me and Ben, by our obligations. But this week we'll be on Ben's channel, me, Guy from Coin Bureau, and Ben from the CRYPTOVERSE. Should be a good one. Everybody can bombard Ben with Bitcoin dominance questions. Dirty Dan. Rob, you talked about using the Pi Cycle top as an indicator to sell Bitcoin. What charts are you using to sell alts? This is actually, did you know that you can use a Pi Cycle top for altcoins? It's not as accurate as, say, Bitcoin because there's more data points, but you can use it. But you have to use, unfortunately, into the CRYPTOVERSE website to use that. So there's that one. There's also a fear and greed index. If you want to use Bollinger Bands and stuff like that, you can do it. But to me, there's a couple of things, and we went over that in actually the video. And also time and risk bands. And you can use that for a different host of different altcoins. But again, you got to use Ben's website. Check it out. Links in the description, 10% off. Or you can just wait for, I can't say that. So you guys know that unlike last time, I'm going to tell you exactly when I'm going to sell. And then I step away from this channel until the next bear market. So you can do all that, or I can just tell you, hey, I sold a bunch of my Bitcoin. I'll sell these altcoins, and I'm leaving this point. That could be your tipping point to say, well, maybe I should take a look at something. But remember, I could screw up too. So you can only trust yourself. That's why I say you gotta get in there and where the data is good, and that will be Ben's site, and look into Bitcoin and a host of others. What do you think about Render? I own some Render. As far as like an AI play and that type of aspect. I think it could be good. I'm not really well versed into it, so I don't have that much, but I think it could do well. And to answer anybody's questions about different crypto projects, I think they can all do well. The question is which one's going to be the best. I don't think anybody here that just brought up any coin is going to be like, oh, that's going to lose money. I don't think so. I think a lot of them are going to do really well because that's usually what happens in massive bull run blow off tops. The big question I have for everybody is, are you aware of the time to actually sell and get out? Can you actually do it? You're probably great at buying. You're probably great at buying dips. You can buy dips all day long. The question is, can you actually sell at the reasonable time instead of going, you know what, it 10x'd, so that means it can 20x. And if it 20x'd, that means it can 50x. And if it 50x'd, well, sky's the limit. Watch out, because that's what screws everybody up, and they write everything up and everything down. Spanish chicken, am I blocked? You're not blocked. Darren Wilkes, means which alts to DCA daily. Most of the ones that I show on the Sunday show, Bitcoin, Ethereum, but then like it kind of rotates. And like I was dollar cost. I'll show you one that I did that did pretty well. Let's see. Bonk. So Bonk is a meme coin. I know you guys are like, what? Yeah. And I've been dollar cost averaging Dogecoin too. Because look, meme coins can do pretty well. You're like, what's Bonk? Bonk is another meme coin on the Solana blockchain. Look at these crazy numbers. They just come out here. 7 days, 50%, 14 days, 133%, 30 days, 647%. Bonk's one of those crazy ones. And then I also Solana and gosh, what's the other one? Pyth, whatever it was called. So yeah, something like that. And there's some other ones, but that's a good starter projects. Orlando says, Rob, what are your thoughts on Bitcoin products such as Ordi or Stacks? Stacks I bought a long time ago. I was dollar cost averaging that for like months and months and months. I just stopped a little bit ago because I thought to myself, if a Bitcoin ETF pops off and then we see a lot more Bitcoin dominance, which we did, I thought Stacks would be a pretty good play as a layer 2 smart contract solution. And of course, it was picked up by the mayor of Miami, and they actually did that for their different inflows of paying for taxes and things like that. So I'm like, well, and I think Denver, Colorado did as well. Regardless, doesn't matter. Like for and as an L2 and for a smart contract player for our Stacks, I'm like, it could do pretty well. And I think it's done pretty decent. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Nice. Rank number 56. Hey, it's up 10% today. What? Let me show you. Yeah, I bought it somewhere over here. No, it wasn't that high. No, it was over here somewhere. Yeah, because it just made sense to me. But you know, then I do that and I stop and pick it up again. So oh, you got to answer your question. Well, that's what I thought, and my thesis was right on that, but I've been wrong on a lot of other things. So lawyers win divorces. Exactly right. Lawyers win divorces. Lawyers win lawsuits. I think the ones that came out top as far as with Celsius is the lawyers. Good for them. Everybody's got to get paid. Lawyers too. Yeah, you dodged a bullet, Nas. I have to agree. Hey, Web3. Bruce-Tal's got a great point. The best advice is keep the government out of your lives. Dana White said it best. He was on Theo Vaughn's podcast, and he said, you know, the people that are just, you know, praying for the government to bail them out, he goes, that's the last thing you absolutely want. And I got to tell you, as I get older, I mean, we see it more and more and more. If there's ever going to be a screw up, it's going to be done by the government. Let the people reign, and they'll figure it out a lot better than a small centralized force of aging lunatics. I want to ask Ben about diminishing dominance. the dominance has gone. I mean, I still think we're going to see around 60%, but over time, yeah, in 2017, you can see the dominance of it was over 80% at one point. So yeah, over time, there's more altcoins, you see less dominance, but it's I don't think we're going to see any kind of flipping with Bitcoin anytime soon. Direct acyclic graphs. Well, Caspa is another one that I was buying every so often, but that's a ghost DAG. That's not a direct. I mean, it's a DAG, but it's a ghost DAG, and looks pretty good. I mean, it had a pretty fair launch, and I mean, it's proof of work. Pith is the new Caspa FOMO. I don't know. Caspa seems to be, everybody thinks it's going to be the top 10 coin, and I'm only saying that. Well, I say that because I do think it could happen, and I also own it, so you know, take it as you will. Hey, Bren's here. Names the coins. Opinion on TANGEM. I don't know what it is, but it'll probably do well. Any thoughts on the Flow Coin Disney partnership? I don't, but it sounds interesting. I'll take a look at that. Always good to have Disney in your back pocket. You know, they can't push out a decent movie after the last Avengers one, but whatever. Not that I'm upset about that. First, you want the Bellingham. Yeah, Lee. I'm going to leave it here. I think this is pretty good. Jesus coin, that's another one that just unbelievable skyrocket. What does it do? Well, if you have a lot of faith and you believe in what it could be, I mean, this coin. But this is the epitome of, you have to understand like who's behind this, what's really going on. And you can see in the last 30 days, well, only 300%. Other ones have done well. But I'm not big into these types of coins. And I think those are the risky plays. Even like the one that I showed you, Bonk, that's a risky play too. But again, out of the 20 risky plays, if I have 2 or 3 that make it, I'm very happy. That's it for today. So look, if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing. Everything we talk about is time sensitive. Tomorrow, I may just do a watch along video. We just did the updated version of the TANGEM, because TANGEM, now you can, TANGEM 2.0, instead of generating a private key and the seed phrase being in here, now you can do it as a mnemonic phrase and write it down. There's a couple of different upgrades, which I think are pretty great. So we might do a watch along tomorrow, and I'll answer all your questions about TANGEM. It's still it's the simplest, I think the most secure, because it's never been hacked since it came out in 2018, absolutely no hacks. And one of the most inexpensive. I mean, you take a look at Arculus is about $100. You take a look at Nano Ledger, $79 for the original, and then for the upgraded one, I think it's $149. Correct me in the comments. And these ones right here, 2 cards is under $50. I think it's like 48. And then for 3 cards, it's like $56. And it's hands down the easiest. I think that's what's going to do. But that's it for today. So everybody, thank you. I appreciate you. And I will see you on the next one. Have a great day.